Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Richardson and I'm the WCPW review guy, and I want to apologize right now. My channel this weekend was a little erratic. I didn't upload like I normally do. I was out of town. I was out of town for like a day and a half. I didn't get back till really, and then when I got back into town I had other things I had to do, so like literally I didn't upload my mid-card mania matches. Like I normally upload one on Friday, one on Saturday. They didn't get uploaded till like last night, and I'm talking like that was early morning, so it's like pretty much Sunday morning I got those uploaded. So yeah, but we're back on schedule. This may go out just a little bit later than it normally does, but still got on the right day at least. So yeah, let's get into it, shall we? Loaded. This is the WCPW Loaded September 7th. Yeah, that's when I watched it. September 7th review, and yeah, what an episode we had. Let's kick things off right now. Right now, I want to say something, because after I watched this, they did the, or maybe it was right before this came on. No, I may have came out before, but it was after I watched this. They did the This Week in WCPW, and they were talking about, the fact that when they recorded that, the World Cup week, you had stacked it in like, 3 different nights dedicated to the World Cup. They had loaded episodes kind of sprinkled throughout, and they were just all out of sequence. And so I made a comment like a couple weeks ago about how BT Gunn came out with no title one time. Like he's a hardcore champion, didn't even have the title with him. And then of course Ligero's briefcase was damaged at one point, and I kind of figured that's what it was. But I did kind of like hey way to go, that continuity. And but turns out, I mean, that's exactly what it was. It's all out sequence, because Ligero comes out later on tonight, and his briefcase is back intact. So it's just like, I'm waiting for that side to get ripped off of it, or whatever the case, whatever happened to it. But I want to give big props right now though to the commentary team, Bradshaw and Kennedy. Like seriously, I don't think anybody kind of, I don't know, recognizes or even acknowledges the fact how hard it could be to as you're watching it, you're commentating on the matches that happened tonight, but it's supposed to be a different sequence. Like apparently the very first episode loaded since the World Cup from last week was actually shot like the very last thing they shot was that. So it's just kind of like they have to, it's weird to think like when you're watching this episode right now, the past loaded, that last week's events didn't even happen yet. That to me is like, I don't know, my head's hurting trying to explain it here. So I can imagine those two guys like seriously commentating and doing an excellent job at it. Like they're doing a great job anyway, but the fact that they're doing it all out of sequence and they're still making it sound like it makes sense, perfect. So really big shout out to both guys, Bradshaw, Kennedy. You guys are doing a hell of a job, like flat out doing a hell of a job. Keep it up, and once again, thank you. I mean, that's all I can say. It's just great. So we kick things off. Of course, last week, El Ligero and Joe Hendry were suspended because of the beatdown they gave to Kushida, Ospreay, B. Priestley, SEC. Yeah, SEC. And of course, they destroyed the World Cup trophy, the actual cup itself. And so they were suspended until Blampier can come up with a better fitting punishment. So they come out. And it's funny because when they came out, it was just the both of them, just the two. But the nameplate still said the Prestige. Like I just remember like back in the day, like on WCW when like it'd be like Virgil and like Scott Norton would come out, or sorry, Vincent and Scott Norton, and it would still say like the NWO. I'm like, that's not the best representation of the entire group, is it? Same thing here. I'm just like, really, can I just say these two guys like Hendry and Ligero? They're like, no, it's the Prestige. Give them the Prestige nameplate. But they come out before they can say anything. Blampier's out there, and dude, Blampier's pissed, dropping F-bombs, just dropping it, just F-bomb. Another one, F-bomb. And of course, decides he's going to go ahead and start making punishments right now. And so the first thing he makes, the main event for tonight's loaded, was he said it's going to be Joe Hendry going up against the guy who beat him at the Scottish World Cup qualifier, Kenny Williams. And I'm just kind of like, really? Like, is that punishment at all? Because literally, go back and rewatch that match. It was pretty much Hendry dominating, and then like Kenny Williams doing the Gabriel Kidd and just getting a quick roll up at the end. Like I was like, really? You're basically going to get Hendry, you're going to have him avenge his loss is what you're going to end up doing. The fact that that's punishment I thought was ridiculous. Like it was just like, I don't know. So anyways, I was like, all right. But then his second statement he makes was much better. He already made it official that at Refuse to Lose, it's going to be Joe Hendry versus Will Ospreay. And I'm like, yes. And I say, that's a punishment right there. Ospreay is an actual great opponent. You know, that's like someone who can threaten him and, you know, threaten to take him down. Sorry, I just don't believe Kenny Williams can take him down. I'm just saying. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Williams pulled out a victory at the end of the main event here. Maybe he just dominated the match. Let's wait and see. Anyways, but no, he made the match for Refuse to Lose, and I was like, all right, awesome. Got a world title match now for Refuse to Lose. Added to the tag title match. We already got it at there. So, I mean, it's already shaped up to be really good. And then he turns around and makes the next match, which is going to start loaded. He says he's going to make a hardcore match for the Magnificent Seven briefcase. And it's going to be El Ligero against this guy coming out. And he sends... You know, Hendry, he goes, Hendry, get the, can I say that? Am I allowed to say, can I say fuck? Okay, so get the fuck out of my ring. Like, tore up. Hendry was tore up, or sorry, Blanco was tore up, but, you know, Hendry leaves, and of course, here's his opponent, and it's Primate. So that's how we kick things off of a hardcore match for the Magnificent Seven briefcase, El Ligero versus Primate. Now, here's where I am going to be a dick and start poking a little bit of holes here. I can understand maybe this match is... not for a title, because Primate is the current hardcore champion. And I'm thinking, like, that's just kind of weird that they made it like, you know, because once again, I mean, it is a punishment. El Ligero shouldn't be able to gain anything from a punishment, so I get that. But then, as Primate comes out, he is quickly ambushed by Joe Coffey and Joe Hendry. The Joes, the prestigious Joes, attack him and beat him down. Like, hardcore. I'm thinking, okay, so is the 24/7 rule in effect? What is the deal with the 24/7 rule? Because I'm thinking at this point now, one of them can just roll him over for a quick side match. Because remember, go back to the what was the Iron Man title? Whichever one Jack the Jobber held. You know, there's a match going on, which you'd assume was for the title, but then you can have shit happen independent of that. Jobber came in and took the title. Happened all the time in the Attitude Era with the hardcore title. And I'm thinking, so isn't that a way you can really like kind of fuck over Primate? Like if you're a Prestige, or you're just thinking like, you know what? Not only are we beating him down, we're going to take his title from him. And they just didn't. I'm like, so is this 24/7 or not? Like, what the hell? And then I was like, okay, well, maybe they're saving it for BT Gunn. And I'm going to get on that here in a second. So anyways, they beat him down before the match. And they throw him in the ring. And of course, Ligero, just being the arrogant prick that he is sitting in a chair. I'm like, dude, you got Primate down. Like, pin him. Like, right now, pin him. In fact, he shouldn't even have sent the air 2 off. He should have just been like, nope, don't pin him right here. He doesn't. He just like to kick him in the face and everything. And then Primate gets pissed and just beats the shit out of him. Which is great. Like, I just love seeing Ligero get manhandled right now. So, at one point, Primate pulls out a trash can. Good sized trash can, and then El Ligero's like, I'll grab one. And he pulls out like a little mini trash can. I'm like, what the fuck? They have him underneath there, apparently. So he goes in there, of course, guess which trash can wins. Anyway, so yeah, pretty good hardcore match. You know, a lot of spots we've seen, you know, Ligero getting put in the trash can and then, you know, getting baseball slid or Primate baseball slides into it. They brought the tax back out, and I was like, are we really going to get a repeat? Because, I mean, that last time when it was him and Gunn, they did the tack spot, like, that was insane. And I mean, once again, I don't know. I don't watch a whole lot of other wrestling other than WCPW, so maybe that's been done to death elsewhere. I don't know. I just know here it's only been done that one time, and that was awesome. And I was like, are they ever going to redo that spot again? But they didn't. It was a single kick in the dick from Primate to Ligero, and it was awesome. I was like, yes! And Ligero ended up getting slammed into tacks as well, and it was great. Like, Ligero brings the tacks out, and then he gets slammed into it. Love it. Anyways, the good times were about to end, because out comes BT Gunn. Interferes, and at one point Ligero actually clobbers Primate with a briefcase. Doesn't break it open yet. We'll have to wait and see how that happens. But he hits him with the briefcase, goes for the pin. Primate still gets up. So Gunn comes in, starts beating him down. Has this, you know, he did the, I don't know what he calls it, you know, the arm, and he has like the foot on his neck, and he's just fucking stomping the head. Go for the pin, still doesn't get him, and then they eventually bring out, I think, is either a chair or a baking pan. I don't remember which one it was. They put something underneath his head, and they clobber him that way, and then 1, 2, 3, El Ligero retains the Magnificent Seven briefcase. I was booing from my chair, like I was like, boo, you suck, Prestige. And I was thinking, well, shit, I guess this is where BT Gunn's going to be like, haha, now I'm going to take your title. And he doesn't. He just walks away. And I'm like, 24/7 rule? I want to say right now, this is me, this is breaking through the kayfabe, I want an official video from WCPW. Just a video where they come out like a little, you can have a press conference, you can just go in front of your WCPW green screen, whatever. And I just want an official announcement. Is the hardcore title 24/7? I for one hope it is. I think that would be great. Just make it official. Don't have random brawls that's just announced as a random brawl turn into a hardcore title match and then try to blow it off like, well, it's 24/7. And then never go back to 24/7 again. Like, at all. Like, what? And I'm like, here. Hold on, I'm watching. It's like, well, how's Primate not getting pinned right now? Like, you would think BTK would swoop in because that'd be the biggest dick move to do. And you can't be like, you know, I can see right now people don't comment, well, you don't want to play hot potato. We just learned what hot potato was from a year ago, and we're going to keep using it in our, you know, vernacular. I don't give a fuck. It's a hardcore title. That's what hardcore title is. It changes around because it's chaotic. I don't know. The whole time I'm just like, how did they not just jump all over Primate? Coffee, gun. I mean, I can understand Hendry not doing it, but still, no, there's like, not worried about it. We're not worried about that hardcore title, I guess. Even though Gunn went through hell to win it and then to defend it, or he lost. And I'm like, really? You don't want to take it back now? He's just like, not worried about it. I mean, they did a skit saying like, well, we suspended the hardcore title that night. Like, you know, that was part of the punishment as well. Fine. Funny they didn't mention it, but whatever. I want an official statement. I want to know right now, 24/7 rule. Yes or no. That's it. I hope it's yes. I'm hoping yes. Just make it official. Quit randomly doing weird things. We're going back to a brawl already in progress. And then there's no referee at all. And then out of nowhere, referee brings the title and is just like, here, 1, 2, 3. Hey, it was a match the whole time. There you go. No, that makes no sense. Just saying, this is for continuity. I'm a nerd. I'm a wrestling nerd. You gotta make me happy. So, anyways, but beyond all that, really good hardcore match. Hated to see Ligero win, but once again, like, that's the Mark side of my head speaking, because I was just like, I want to see Primate just demolish him. Still happy with it. Happy with the results. You know, it is what it is. And Ligero has that briefcase a little bit longer, so. And then we cut backstage. We get a promo with, I'm going to try to butcher his name one more time, and then I'm just going to call him the Young Lions after that. Jürgen Lowen. The Young Lions have a promo backstage, and it's funny that, you know, it's standard. We're gonna come and dominate the War Machine, and then of course as Aslan says his thing, he goes, you don't like that. We got 2 words for you, and then Lucky Kid's just like Hakuna Matata, and I'm like, yep, that's great. That's just freaking sweet. And I didn't put together the Young Lions like Aslan from Narnia. He's a lion. And then Lucky Kid, I was like, I don't quite get that, but you think about his initials, LK, Lion King, boom. And he just said Hakuna Matata. Come on, that's fucking clever. So, anyways, up next it is scheduled to be a tag title match between the two, and of course the Young Lions are out there. War Machine comes out, and of course they grab the mic, and I'm just like, oh yeah, War Machine rules. Let's do this. And sure enough, they're like, guess what? It's War Machine rules time. And guess what that means? No rules. Why does none of the opponents try to grab weapons? Like, I can understand War Machine. They don't need weapons. That's how fucking tough they are. Like, seriously. They are the weapons. They're the War Machine. But I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't care if I'm a good guy or a bad guy. If I'm in there and they're just like, right now, you pluck this little fat fucking a cheap suit, throw me in the ring, and they're like, War Machine rules. I'm just grabbing ball bats and chairs and just like, coming at them. No one does that. I'm like, don't pretend like you're going to actually try to match them, like, in the ring. Fuck that. Just chair shots. Just fucking dude, like, BT gun their ass. Like, literally just, grab them by the head, stomp them to a baking pan like 20, 30 times, and then pin them. No one does that. And I'm like, it's completely illegal, but whatever. I'm sure it'll work out for you. So that's the next match. It is the War Machine rules match for tag titles. The Young Lions going up against War Machine. And match of the night, like, literally just, it was awesome. So we kick things off, and for the most part, War Machine just kind of dominates early on. And of course, we end up, we get all the kind of big spots. I'm not going to go through them all because, we've seen them. And they start dominating early on. Now, I think it should be, it should be noted that as the match starts off, much like last week when the Young Lions won the triple threat tag match to get the spot against the War Machine, they were booed. And throughout the beginning of this match, anytime the Young Lions would mount any kind of an offense, booed. Like, they were just like, crowd just turned against them. And I was like, oh, that sucks, because, you know what I mean? It's like, whatever, I get it, but like, it's like, they're getting, their best shot. I can understand loving War Machine, but it's like, give them a cheer, Christ. But it was great because as the match went on, dude, the crowd. I'm not saying they win against War Machine, but it became like they just cheered both guys. Like they're applauding the match. And I love that. Like literally, it went from like people booing anytime the Young Lions mounted an offense to, oh shit, yes. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a few. I knew War Machine was gonna win. But you can't deny the fact that, the Young Lions came close and it looked like, holy shit, could they change it? I mean, it's happened so many times, but this is the first time it got this close where I was just like, wow, like, Young Lions are actually, they're putting up enough. Like, I think this is probably the biggest challenge that War Machine has had thus far, and I'm surprised. And maybe I shouldn't be, because once again, I don't know much about the Young Lions from, I think they're GWF, or maybe just, they're indies as well, but whatever. I don't know much about their history, so to me, on paper, it's just like, squash match. They were the dark horse in the triple threat last week. This week it's just like, this should be an easy night for War Machine. And no, they surprised a lot of people, and they put on a hell of a performance there. Literally took it right to War Machine. But it was great because, I mean, as War Machine's fighting back, the turning point came when Hanson has them both in separate corners, and he's and give him credit. Like, I get winded doing this show right here. Like, seriously, that dude's way bigger than me. And he's wrestling, and he's running back and forth, yelling, and he doesn't get winded. I'm like, son of a bitch, I wish I could do that. I really don't, because then I know that it's a lot of hard work, and I'm lazy. But still, yeah, I'm like, that's pretty impressive. So, kudos to Hanson. Cardio working out for him. Anyways, but he throws them both in the same corner, and he splashes them both, and they both drop down to that Bronco Buster position, and he's like, double Bronco Buster, we've seen it before, but he goes for it, and they both scram out of the way, and he ends up hitting that bottom rope, and the bottom rope breaks. Oh my God, insane, like literally just insane. That's not the insane part. That's not even it. To me, that was just like, oh shit. What was crazy was, Hanson kept going for top rope shit and bouncing off the ropes and springboarding and shit. And I'm just like, dude, you already broke one rope. Like, he does not give a fuck. He was like, I don't care if we tear the entire ring down. This War Machine rules. It's War Machine rules. We're going to keep this party going. And so, but at that point, though, it did turn tide, and, that's when Young Lions started taking over. However, the War Machine would fight back. I mean, the Young Lions threw everything. They were like throwing every kind of tag team move they could at Hanson and Rowe. And no matter what they threw, they kept kicking out. Hanson and Rowe would eventually, they hit the pop-up assisted power slam on one of them. I think it was Lucky Kid. And I was like, well, that's it right there. But then Aslan came off top rope, broke that shit up. I was like, oh, wow, like, I haven't seen that yet. Usually that's the end of the match right there when you do the pop-up assisted thing. They do the pop-up assisted power slam again. But this time, Lucky Kid was able to jump out the back of it, go out the back door, and I was like, oh wow, like this is like now War Machine's doing everything they can to put away the Young Lions, and once again, the Young Lions are like showing to be a little bit tougher than they thought. They did do the it's like the Rowe gets him into the elevated German suplex position. And then, the other dude does a springboard clothesline, which I noticed he went for the corner to do the springboard. Like, normally he goes for that middle rope, and I noticed, like, there was, like, last couple times he's slipped on that middle rope. And so I think he just knew go for the corner. That way you got something to kind of hang on to. It's just a little better chance there. But, yeah, they did the elevated German suplex springboard clothesline combo. They need to start putting fucking names on their moves because, like, seriously, I'm tired of saying, like, 10 words consecutively to describe a move. Pop-up assisted power slam, elevated German suplex, springboard, clothesline combo. Like, come on, this Warhammer and the Barbarian Club. Like, right there, that's your fucking moves right there. Just name them. That's all I'm asking for. But Young Lions kept kicking out of that. The end comes when Hanson just says, fuck it, goes up to the top rope. Like, literally 300 plus pounds of just raw power. Top rope, splashes. This kills Lucky Kid and takes him down. 1, 2, 3, it's over. And it's funny, for a split second after that match is over and they win, War Machine wins. You see, like, the ring crew coming out. Now, obviously, they're coming out to fix the bottom rope. But for that split second, because once again, you come out and it just cuts to, the next little promo. In my mind, I was like, oh shit, like, they're coming to get Lucky Kid. Like, he's dead. Like, oh my God, like, literally Hanson just squashed him and they're coming out to, just scrape him off the mat and, like, put him on a gurney. Like, I honestly thought that. And then, like, after this promo was going on, I was like, nah, they're probably out there to fix the ring. That makes more sense. But for a second there, that's how devastating that splash looked. I was like, dude, yeah, Lucky Kid, like, he's out of commission. And I heard on Reloaded, which is on Extra right now, I think they said that Aslan, he broke some ribs during this match. Like, seriously, I'm not sure how long he's going to be out for, but yeah, broke some fucking ribs. So I was like, ugh, that's pretty brutal. Maybe he may appear in another loaded, because once again, they're all out of sequence, so who knows. But yeah, he, as of right now, ribs injured. So yeah, War Machine, they will fuck you up. So that's the end of that. We cut to a Will Ospreay promo in the back. Just typical, I'm gonna beat you, Hendry. Not just that, he's going to take down everybody in the Prestige. He's going to go through them one by one. He said, I'm like, well, man, there's 5 people there. His actual quote was like, I'm going to go through all members of Prestige until I get to Hendry. I'm going to take him down. And I'm like, dude, we're less than like 2 to 3 weeks away from Refuse to Lose. Like, and you ain't even fighting tonight. So it's like, shit, you got like 2 more loadeds before Refuse to Lose. You better go through them quickly. He does have a match against El Ligero next week. So who knows? Maybe it's going to be the start of it. But I'm like, dude, you ain't getting Banks, Coffee, and unless he gets him like in a big 6-man tag match or a gauntlet match, who knows? But I don't know if he's going to follow through on the whole pick him off one by one and get to Hendry, but who knows? You never know. So anyways, yeah, a little promo there. So Joe Coffey comes out and he's just bitching. He's complaining. You know, he says that the WCPW is racist against Scottish people. Really? Like, their former champion was Scottish. Drew Galloway, come on. Really? But he's running his mouth. He's just like, it's not fair. And he's like, I'm done. I'm done. I was like, are you really done? Like, are you quitting the WCPW? Like, are you really just going to, like, you know, leave the Prestige hanging high? Like, you're clearly the powerhouse of the Prestige. And he's just like, I'm done. Then out comes Prince Amin, who's literally just like, listen, if anybody has a, you know, right to complain, it's me. Like, I'm a WCPW original, and in the rest of the world tournament, I got overlooked. Like, literally, they went to someone else for, you know, somebody, you know, for, you know, the Indian qualifier, you know, or whatever to, you know, to qualify. And he was just like, and yeah, I'm not bitching about it. And he goes, I'm sick of it. I'm going to make a stand right now. And he goes, I'm going to, you know, there's one way to make an impact. I'm going to do it right now. Boom, impromptu match. You know, Prince Amin goes in there to fight Joe Coffey. And the whole time, I'm clearly behind Prince Amin because I was like, yes. But in my mind, like, nah, like, it's just not going to happen. And sure enough, he goes in there and right off the bat, like, you know, Coffey just takes him down. Black Coffee, 1, 2, 3. Coffee wins, and he's just like, "Yep, this ain't the end. This is only the beginning of this train, this Black Coffee train pain coming to your town. Gonna keep doing it." So I was like, "Yeah." It's like as much as I want to see, because we haven't seen Prince Amin in months. Like, seriously, as far as like singles competition, we have not seen him in fucking months. I know because I keep track of everybody's 90 days and shit. Like, he's at least 3 months. He's been. Not the only thing he may have been wrestling dark matches or whatever. He has not been on WCPW programming in like 3 months, and I was like, oh wow, here he is, and he gets Black Coffee right off the, like, everybody in my match. Like, this was really a squash match. It's like right off the bat. So I was like, that sucks. But yeah, Coffee wins. Coffee needed the win more than Amin did. I'll just say that because like literally Coffee has been on the worst losing streak lately. So yeah, that was that right there. So we cut to Joe Hendry. He's back there cutting a promo, same thing. I will say, I'm saying, like, I know you see my face, you're like, same thing, you know. Same thing as just like, you know, he's just like, I'm going to beat Will Ospreay, I'm going to beat Kenny Williams here in a minute. But I will say this, Hendry's promos are a lot better as a heel than they were when he was a face. Like, when he's a face, like, this is a heel, I'm just like, well, it's the same thing, but I'm interested, and I believe what he's saying he's going to do. As a face, I just never bought a single thing he said. I'm going to go in there and beat you up. I know you're not. You're going to go in there and lose. That's what you do. You've lost every fucking match as a face. You suck. As a heel, it's like, no, he's going to win. I mean, he'll cheat to win probably, but he'll win. Like, he's a man of his word now. Back then, so I got to say, I mean, his promos are a lot better and more believable to me anyways today than they were back then. But yeah, actually nothing really special was said. It was just, you know, I'm going to beat Will Ospreay. He had a chance to join us. He could have been the second best wrestler in the world, joining our team, but he decided not to, so I'm going to beat him then. And then he's like, I'm going to beat Kenny Williams tonight. So here it is, main event time. It's Kenny Williams going up against Joe Hendry. And I'll be honest with you, I just was not into this main event. I just wasn't. This is just me personally. I know a lot of people did like it, and I'm glad. For me, I guess non-kayfabe, I'm not a big Kenny Williams fan, and I'm grateful he didn't do that stupid rolling thing that he always fucking does. So that was a plus. I was like, all right, I didn't see that stupid rolling thing. I mean, if people are still falling for that, I'm just like, it's ridiculous. But at the same time, kayfabe side of things, it was just like, this isn't even a big main event match. Like, Kenny Williams, yes, he got the lucky upset on Hendry. I called an upset. I'm sorry. I don't think, like, Kenny Williams should have been in the World Cup qualifier. Hendry was definitely more of a name that should have been in there. Williams didn't do anything. Like literally, he lost and he won a substitution match. He won an alternate match to get back into it. Kenny Williams, and once again, he didn't even beat Hendry convincingly. Hendry dominated, and then Kenny Williams pulled out the quick roll up. 1, 2, 3, oh yay! I gave your kid it, and just like to me, this should have been, and it wasn't a long match. It was like only like 8 or 9 minutes. Like it was a pretty short match. And it was mostly Hendry. Like, don't get me wrong, I know Williams did a few things here and there, but for the most part, it was Hendry. Hendry goes after him before the bell even gets started. Some back and forth, somewhat, I guess. Eventually, though, and at one point, Hendry was going to go for the belt, but the referee kind of stops him. But it didn't matter because he eventually throws him in the Hendry lock, and that was the end of that. A couple times, Williams was able to get out, but Hendry didn't get back on there. He tapped out. And I'm good with the finish. Like, I do think Hendry should have a few of those wins. Like, don't get me wrong, being that chicken shit heel and constantly running and cheating to win, it is great. I mean, fuck, look at Flair. Flair's been doing that for years. It's okay. But you also need to have those wins where you do just dominate. I'm sorry, this should have been, they booked it exactly the way it should have been booked. It should have just been Williams getting his punk ass beat and tapping out. That's it. It was it. But I just wasn't that excited to watch it. Like I was just kind of like, okay. Yeah, that was loaded. It was a good. I say that the first half was good, and then the second half not as. Not completely shitting on the second half. Once again, respect all the wrestlers. And whenever I badmouth any of the thing, know that I respect the performers. Like Kenny Williams, completely talented. Love the guy. Like he's great in the ring. I just don't like the character. For one, and for two, I just don't like the shit the character does. That's my whole thing right there. And three, I just don't think he's a credible threat against Joe Hendry. That's so that's it. That's all I'm saying right here. So before I start getting like, well, Kenny Williams can kick your, he probably could. I'm not a fighter. I couldn't do anything a guy does. I'm just saying, as a fan watching it, I just don't care about Kenny Williams. That's just my personal thing. Until he does something to change it up, he's just bland. I mean, yeah, he has a Back to the Future gimmick, and he's just a smiling babyface, and that's it. That's all he's got going for him, in a bad haircut. Not a good haircut like this. But no, I couldn't get into it. And then once again, Hendry, I like Hendry in the ring. Just to me, I want to see someone that I think can take him down. Like, do I think Ospreay's going to take the title from him at Refuse to Lose? I don't really think so. I would love to see it. And that's what makes me excited for that match, because even though I think Hendry's going to keep it, I feel like, yeah, Ospreay can take that title from him, and it's going to be a hell of a match, because Ospreay's awesome, Hendry's awesome, it's going to be good. This one I'm just like, eh. And there was no stakes on the line, there was no title, it was just a punishment match, because that's how you punish Hendry. You take the guy that struggled to beat him, and you're like, you're going to fight him again. You just gave Hendry his win back. That's all it was. So it's just like, eh. So, yeah, the first two matches, the hardcore match, awesome. The War Machine rules match was fucking incredible. Match of the night. And then like I said, I don't want to badmouth the squash match, but I mean, it is what it is. It's a squash match. And then, of course, you get the main event, which to me was just very lackluster. So just, to me, it seemed like half the show was great, and then the other half was just kind of like, eh. Not a bad thing. It wasn't a bad It was just kind of a, either way, I'm giving the show, I'm giving it a thumbs up. It's still, it is what it is. But yeah, that's just how I feel. I'm sorry. But look, excuse me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. That's more important. What do you guys think? Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe I was like, you know what? That main event was incredible. Best main event ever. Who knows? Let me know in the comment section down below. And yeah, tune in here in a little bit. I'll have the top 10 up, ready to go. And then, yeah, next week, Loaded looks really good. We got the kind of the rubber match between Angelico and Drake, Falls Count Anywhere. Awesome. And then we got Travis Banks fighting somebody. I don't remember who Travis Banks fighting. I'm drawing a fucking blank. And then we got El Guerrero versus Will Ospreay. So looking forward to that. Should be really good. So that's all I got. Guys, thank you for watching. Share and subscribe if you haven't already. Show this video that thumb and love. And Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff right there. I'm glad to see that stuff's kind of catching on right now. So that's awesome. Thank you guys. Hit me up down there. That's all I got. Thank you guys for watching. That's all I got. Till next time.